That's why these guys are hating. They're in their feelings, right? A lot of these so-called content creator fans, they're mad. They're mad, Chris. They're mad because they can't get him to be like Deontay Wilder. They can't get Shakur to switch up. Shakur's not switching up, man. And right now he's trending. And you know that saying, all publicity is good publicity, right? All publicity is good publicity. See, last week he was the butt of all the jokes when Cam and Mace was getting at him, right?
Yeah.
Now it has changed up now. Now it's like, okay, Jay Prince got involved, right? And now it's like, oh, he's trying to protect Shakur. He's this, but look, they're still talking about Shakur. They're still talking about Shakur. And Shakur is a free agent. You know? We have to see what's next for Shakur, but, you know.
Who do you think he's going to fight next? Sauce, I need to ask you.
I don't know, man. He has, you know, I don't know. He has a lot of options right now. Who's he going to sign with? Like, I'm hearing people say the PBC, right? Or Mayweather. Let me get my take on that. I think that is straight horse shit, right? And the reason why that's horse shit, right? Because I'm not like the typical bloggers that come on here, right? I really talk to people behind the scenes, right? Why would he sign with the PBC or Mayweather Promotions, right? And this is no shot at Mayweather, but it is a shot at Mayweather, right? Mayweather's biggest fighter, Kamal Moulton, just fought on what type of a card? He just fought. He literally just fought a couple weeks ago. It wasn't a PBC card. It was not. Let me check that off because I was going to speak on this. It was not
Was Tank having a little problem with his fighter though? So
I think, Tank did the industry move on him. Tank did the industry move. What Tank did was, this is what industry people do, right? If Tank is in a position of power right now, everybody knows that Tank and Canelo Alvarez are the two biggest investments over there at the PBC. So Tank moves the needle, what I like to say, moving the needle, right? So Tank flexed on him. Tank was like, yo, he's not fighting on my card. Now, when you are the headliner and you make that call, big bank takes little bank. You know?
Absolutely.
So that's what I think that's all that was. And that goes back to what I was saying about exposing the fish, right? The man with no honor, right? How did he have a fight card that his fighter was headlining or co-headlining? He took it to the ceiling, Frank Martin. But yet you couldn't get your other fighter who just fought at the DeSoto, Texas High School Stadium. Wouldn't it have been better to have him on a grander scale, pay-per-view scale, than fighting locally at home where he's from, where everybody already knows him? But, to each his own. Maybe some people just like bleeding their local market dry, taking advantage of the locals,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see him signing with Mayweather nor the PBC because to me, I know they're saying that they got a fight coming out August. So August would be number 4, right? That'd be the 4th date. Fourth date in August is what? The 8th month of the year. Not for nothing, I think Top Rank just put on 3 shows in 3 weeks. Many of these others have been doing the same thing. We are talking about Premier Boxing Champions having 4 fight dates in 8 months. We are talking about a fighter in Shakur Stevenson who just walked away from a $15 million, $3 million guaranteed a fight offer. That is roughly, I was talking about this yesterday, If he fights twice a year, that was 6 million, right? $6 million a year. I don't think the PBC can afford that right now, respectfully. I could be wrong, but if we base it off of what they're looking like, right? We're talking about 4 shows in 8 months. You have guys like Tank Davis and Canelo Alvarez over there already. I'm pretty sure they are getting a lot of money up front. Definitely Canelo, right? It's no secret that Canelo makes uh, 10 figures at least, right? These are facts. So if he's getting that, and then Tank is getting what he's getting, do you think they have the money to even match 3 million guaranteed for Shakur, or they're going to tell him, "Oh, you have to bet on yourself in the back end"? Well, the back end over there is not working because they're not fighting. So where is the back end? But hey, what do I know, right, Chris? What do I know? I'm talking too much. I'm talking too much.
They ain't active. You're right. They ain't active. They have him on the shelf. You're right about that.
Yes, I don't think he's signing with the PBC. I think if anything, it'll be Matchroom, right?
Yeah.
But I don't see him even going back to. Well, he can go back to the table with Top Rank, right? Because maybe now that those numbers came out, he has a little leverage with Top Rank. But I think right now with Top Rank, there's a lot of bad blood on both sides, as we seen what was taking place with Top Rank, basically trying to devalue him on the market, showing people exit his fight, having Timothy Bradley say certain things about him to the media as well as during the fight. But this happens in business relationships. But we just have to wait and see. But right now, if I was a betting man, and I do like to bet on occasions, I would say Matchroom. After watching the Cigar Talk interview, after hearing what he had to say about Eddie Hearns, right? Being one of the best promoters and things like that. We'll just have to wait to see. The next upcoming week should be good, right? To say the least. But go ahead, Chris. You have the floor. I'm talking too much.
I wanted to know how did you feel about hitting that bag, man? I have saw somebody hit 900, but it didn't look like you hit it that hard, Sauce.
Yo,
with that, man?
I try to tell you, it's not about the look, man. See, these guys just, it's not about the look, it's the technique. That's why I tried to show the technique, right? And to be honest, Chris, I was 932, man. I'm falling off, man. I used to be like a 960, 970 type of guy, man. So I think, I'm 45 now. I might be losing a little bit of the thunder. But it's all about how you bring it around, right? Did you see that right there? It's all about how you turn it, right? It's the turn, right? It's the turn. But yeah, 932. I had the high score. I had the high score that day, so I was good, man. I was good with that, man. But like I said, man, I was a 960, 970 type of guy, man. In my younger days, man. I'm 45 now. But I appreciate you, man, noticing that, man.
Yeah, that was dope to me because I know I tried to hit it, and I think I'm not even close to that. I ain't even gonna say a number. I was not even close.
Yeah. You know what's funny, right? I was telling my wife this, right? I was like, everybody gets on me about the speed bag, right? They're like, oh, all you do is the speed bag. You just do the speed bag. I'm like, I hit the heavy bag too. I just don't show that. You can't show all your tools in the toolbox.
That's true.
You can't show all your tools in the toolbox. But that was cool, man. I was glad they had that machine out there, man. I remember, when they had it at the Barclays Center, right? They used to have Deontay Wilder had a store at the Barclays Center, right? And they had one of those in there. And that's why I used to get like 960, 975, right? On the one at the Barclays Center store. That's why I said I kind of fell off, man. But 932 is still good, man. I think if I come across somebody's chin with a 932, I'll take Davidson. I think I can still take Davidson. If I like what Tank says, the brick hand. If I land that brick hand with 932, I think they'll go to sleep, man. You know, I think they'll go to sleep, man.
Now I got a question for you, Sauce.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, everybody's saying I don't want to say everybody. It's about Boots. You think he should? You think? Nah, I don't want to say that. What I'm trying to say is what you think next for Boots?
Man, listen, listen from a now. Great question, Chris. Number one, great question, right? I had that prepared. Let me go to my notes right here, right? You know, I do the consulting. I have it right here. Look, I'm gonna check it off, right? This would have been my consulting for Boots and them, right? At the top of the list, right? At the top of the list, this is what I had. And this is no shot at them or nobody over there. I'm a businessman now, Chris. I do business, right? The number one thing I had was stay away from Terrence Crawford.
I agree.
And look, I'm not saying that he can't beat Terrence Crawford, right? I'm just speaking from a business standpoint now, right? You just packed out your hometown. You already have a belt. I think when you was on here with me, or when I was trying to get you on, I mentioned the fact that they need to do that at least annually, once a year. Try to have him fight in Philly, right? They sold it out damn near, right? I just think that you don't need to fight Terrence Crawford right now. You have other things going on. Fight Brian Norman Jr. Fight Mario Barrios. There's other guys down there. Fight Conor Benn. Right? There's other fights where you can make millions of dollars. Now you fight Terrence Crawford, you listen to the words I'm about to say, you risk the chance of becoming Earl Spence. Had to sip on a drink when I said that, Chris. Because I'm about to break it down now, right? When Earl Spence was the man with no honor, he fought Terrence Crawford. Where is Finding Nemo now? Right? The man fought Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford beat him. And I'm watching. I think out of all the high-profile fights that Terrence Crawford had in his career, I think David Avanesian put up more of a fight than Earl Spence. So I would tell Boots Ennis, pump your brakes. Why continue to go after Crawford when you're in a good situation? You have a good promoter behind you, Eddie Hearns, unless you're trying to cash out. If you're trying to cash out, and I have that here too, let me check that off. If you're trying to cash out, by all means, go after Terrence Crawford. But if you're trying to play the game, spin the wheel, and continue to keep hitting the wheel of fortune, you know, you have Brian Norman, right, who was about to fight, from what I'm hearing, they're trying to set him up with Teofimo Lopez. So the winner of that fight is a big fight for Boots Ennis, right? Also, you have Mario Barrios. You have Conor Benn. You have names there, Boots. You have names there. That's what I would tell them. But hey, what do I know? You know, they don't listen to me. But they did sign with Matchroom. Hello. Who said that first? Hello. But go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
See, that's good. I like that. But I think one fighter that I still want to see it. So I think Boost has unfinished business with him, and I believe it's Mr. Cobbs. You know what I mean, Sauce?
Yeah. Man, Chris, hold on. I gotta take out a new sheet for that, man. Damn, Chris, man. You get a star for that. Executive producer credit. Man, Blair the Flair Cobbs. Yo, damn, Chris. Yo, if this fight does matriculate, man, we might have to apply some pressure on them, and they might have to give us a little bit of something. Some points, maybe some complimentary tickets, fly us out. They gotta give us something. Because listen, the backstory is there. The backstory is there. Blair the Flair Cobb. Now I'm writing all this down because I'm saying that I didn't have this. Blair the Flair Cobb is a character, charismatic character that can sell. He's coming off of Adrian Broner victory. Even though we haven't seen him or he hasn't been on no platforms, doing no interviews, doing nothing, he still has an Adrian Broner victory. With his mouthpiece, and remember the backstory. Remember, I forget what fight card it was, a PBC fight card, where he was hounding Boots. That'd be a good fight for Boots, man. You're right, man. You get the star for that, Chris. I did not have that in my notes.
Remember he told him. I don't know, was his daddy or was Boots told him that they sparred.
Yes.
And he ran him out the ring and everything. So I still want to see that. So I want to see Boots do what he do.
Man.
The Boots that I know, keep that jab, flashy. I want to see that. So, and Cobb, we always talking about he beat everybody in sparring. He's the number one guy, and he have a mouthpiece like you said.
Yeah,
so
he's marketable too. He's definitely marketable. And one thing about him, he knows how to promote. Sideshow Bob is what I call him. But he like to me, right? He that was a big victory versus Adrian Broner, a big name. He didn't do nothing with it, man. He kind of got low. Like he did make a little bit, like he was hot for like, this is why I tell you that the internet is smoke and mirrors, right? Yo, after he beat Adrian Broner, he might have been on a couple of these quote unquote bigger YouTuber channels, right? But look where that got him, nothing. Because these guys aren't really big. He's bigger than all these guys. He was actually doing a lot of these guys favors, fucking with them. But you see, once like this internet shit is tricky, bees and honey. Once that died down, look, where's he at now? I'm pretty sure anybody could probably get him on a platform right now. He's dying to pop his head out.
Yeah.
But damn, great call on that, Chris. That was a fire call right there. Chris, you're cooking, man. Go ahead, man. You got the floor. Look, I just wrote down some notes on that, man. You got the call on that, man. You got the call.
I've been waiting, man. I hope Boots take that challenge, though, man.
Man, yo, they can sell that fight, man. They can, and I'm pretty sure the right people are hearing this, because like I said. What do I know? I know, the people that actually get shit done listen to me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, right? But yeah, that man, they could build something off of that. And that's why I just put that out there, Chris. If something like this matriculates, by all means, I'm going to make sure something gets done for you and myself. That one, you just pulled that one out.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Sauce. Appreciate it.
No. Listen. And remember what I just said, right? Blair has a little bit of Philadelphia ties as well, right? We just seen Boots pack it out with David Abanesian, a guy who's not even from Philly, doesn't have no type of Philly background. What do you think of Blair the Flair Cobb and Boots in this for that Wells Fargo? If he just did those type of numbers with David Abanesian, a last minute replacement, what do you think the numbers he could do with Blair the Flair Cobb would be?
Well, they have people out the arena, man. They'll
Absolutely.
be for sure.
Absolutely. That's why I said great point, Chris. You stole one with that one, brother. Go ahead. You're hot right now. Go ahead. I'm just here with you. Go ahead. You got it.
I need to. I mean, this might not be about boxing. I just wanted to ask you this because I know your father and everything like that. Sauce, and I know, the LeBron James saga,
Yes.
yeah, I know you give him credit and everything, putting his son to the NBA and everything like that. But my guy, I just wanted to ask you is what you think about? Cause I put him at the Hall of Fame. My boy Joseph Jackson, man. As being I thought he was a pretty good father. I just wanted to ask you. I know you said LeBron. Let me try to.
Are you talking about Michael Jackson's father, Joe Jackson?
Yeah, man.
Joe, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, I call myself King Richard Sauce, right? After who? Richard Williams, right? When we talk about King Richards, you know who the original King Richard was? The man you just named, Joe Jackson.
Oh
Joe
man, I never thought you meant it by that, but
Joe Jackson.
yeah,
Joe.
I put him at the Hall of Fame because why I'm saying it is because people criticize him how he handled his business with his kids. You know what I mean? Sauce, he was too strict. He was this and this. But look at him. Look where they became. You know what I mean? The discipline, the heart, the tough love.
He had arguably the king of pop, right? Michael Jackson, right? The Jackson 5 were New Edition before New Edition and all these other New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, all these bands are all were the Jackson 5, right? Then you take Janet, his daughter, right? His daughter, who it was an icon in the music game. So he's there, man. King Joe Jackson. He just did it in music, right? Whereas King Richard Williams did it in sports and in tennis, and Joe Jackson did it in music. But yeah, great question, man. Fire, man. That was fire, Chris.
Hall of Famer to me, man. I like some Joe Jackson, man. I said, hey, he got 5 boys.
Yo, listen, man. He
Johnny Jackson. Johnny Jackson, Michael Jackson.
For real. Tito, Jermaine. Yo, the Jackson 5 was bad, man. That dude from Gary, Indiana. I passed through Gary, Indiana before. I never really been there for a while. I passed through. Rough environment, man. Rough. Midwest, Gary, Indiana. Rough. But shout out to Joe Jackson, man. Joe and I think what's the wife's name? Catherine Jackson, man. You gotta make me go home and watch that later, because that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chill today. I'm just gonna I'm a binge watch on some shows, probably the House of Dragons, right? Because I kind of fell asleep last night. I was watching it, right? And I was just, last night, if you didn't notice, I've been eating a lot of sea moss, right? I felt kind of depleted. So I was eating a lot of sea moss today. My body shut down on me last night. I was trying to watch the House of Dragons, because I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, right?
Me too.
And the House of Dragons is before the Game of Thrones, so I like it a lot. The dragons are going to war. It's sad, man, because what the sad thing is? They're all related. That's like maybe one day, Chris, we'll do a Game of Thrones House of Dragons live.
Okay.
Because yo, the storylines on that shit is ill. Cause you know they're all family, bro. That's like set tripping to the utmost. Like they're all they're like first cousins and brothers and sisters, and they're banging on each other to the death. Like boy, the one Aegon the Great, and I be having their names wrong, but I know the characters. Yo, my man killed. Well, he's not dead, but he tried to kill his own brother, bro.
He did. I saw that, man.
Yeah, he tried to kill his own brother, the king. He tried to kill his own brother, man. Hey, it just took me back to the Game of Thrones. Remember, the original Game of Thrones, that's how it was. It was cutthroat, man. These guys were like, they were sinister, man. I don't think I could have lived in that time, man. I just moved differently, man. I'm too honorable, man. You have to like, it's like today, man, right? They really didn't have no type of honor back then. You did have the ones that had honor, but back then they was cutthroat, man. They was conniving and cutthroat, man. You know?
Yeah.
I carry it a little different, man. Listen, they was, you know how they was moving back then and how motherfuckers move on this internet now. You know?
Facts, man.
Word. Word. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, but go ahead, Chris. This is a great show. I'm letting you control the pace right now, man. Rip away. I got my stuff here, so whatever you say, I can calculate it, jot it down, and we can chop it up.
Did you see? I mean, I know that's your guy WCS, man. Did you see that Ennis versus Crawford episode by WCS?
Listen. I'm gonna tell you what. WCS is my guy, right? Let me get my notes. Let me get a fresh one, right? WCS is a real. Listen, hold on. Look. This is a fresh one. What y'all see? This is the fresh one right here. There's nothing on this, right? This is the fresh one, right? WCS is my guy, man. Right? One thing I know about WCS. See, I've been around WCS. I broke bread with WCS. We worked side by side. WCS is a very highly intelligent warrior. Notice the title I gave him, a warrior. See, a lot of these guys on this internet, they are not warriors to say the least. They are not intelligent. They are nothing, man. Where WCS, not only is he a warrior, he is very intelligent. So when WCS does what he does, right, he's very calculated, smart guy, man. And he's breaking the Ennis down, man. He's breaking them down. And I am watching. I'm listening. He's breaking them down. And he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. And I think he wants to see that fight now with Crawford and Ennis. Me, I don't. Not like I said, I just don't think Boots is ready yet, man.
He's soft. Not for the fight. But like at the end of his life, he had the NAL, he had the NAL, and then he had the BBL. That's what I wanted to talk about.
I told you, WCS is very witty, man. He's nice at what he does, man.
Did you have any experience of going to the gym and seeing that?
Yo, he's nice at what he does. But like I said, I just think Ennis, man, they're barking up the wrong tree, man. They need to leave Crawford alone, man. It's like, bro, you got a situation. It's like, milk your situation. You got a situation, you're rocking and rolling. Do what you do, man. You don't need to keep bringing up Terrence's name, man.
Just cloud chasing.
Basically, that's what they're doing. That is exactly what they are doing.
I remember a couple of years ago listening to Ennis talking about like he didn't want to fight Victor Ortiz because he said something about ruining his career and everything. I feel the same about Terrence Crawford and Ennis. I think if he does fight Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford, he can fight. He can fight. He can do everything. He can fight backwards. He can stand.
Yeah, I just think Terrence Crawford, right? Like, yo, bro, stay away. You don't need. I get it, cause Crawford is that guy, right? I get it. I get that part. Anyway, you don't need. Crawford is the big draw right now. Crawford is like a Tank Davis fight for these guys. Like the smaller guys, right? It's like these guys fighting Tank. They're gonna get their biggest payday. High risk. It's because you might get knocked the fuck out. In all likelihood, you are. Well, Crawford has been knocking everything out, right? But it's like, dog, why go after Crawford? Like I said, Conor Ben. Let me go back to my Boots notes. Look, Conor, you have Brian Norman Jr. or the Teofimo Lopez fight winner if they get to fighting, right? That's another unification fight because that's going to be for the WBO. Big fight, millions of dollars, right? Then you have. Why are you chasing after Terrence, man? That's clout chasing. But when we say it, right? When we say it, right, Chris, it's a problem. It's a problem. If we say it, it's clout chasing, though. That's what it is, man. Clout chasing. But you don't need. Why are you even mentioning Terrence? Like Terrence is in 154, but I know why. Because they said, shout out to Toby Bartlett. Toby Bartlett said Terrence Crawford is making $16 million to fight this guy. $16 million. So Eddie Hearns as the promoter, it's like, damn, Turkey Alashiki is putting up that type of money for Terrence Crawford and this guy. How much would he put up for Boots and Terrence? But it's like, Boots, do you wanna risk losing to Terrence? And then it's like, what's next? Right now you got a high ceiling. You have a division with all these guys in it that are big fights potentially for you that are easier fights. High reward, less risk. Whereas Terrence is a high reward, high risk. Whereas you probably won't get the money, right? But fighting all of these guys, you're still going to make millions upon millions of dollars and increase your market value with each victory. Because all of these guys right now, Brian Norman Jr., Teofimo Lopez, Conor Ben, and Mario Barrios, I see Boots beating all of them. I don't know about you, but I see him beating all of those guys. Whereas Terrence Crawford, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe in a couple years if Terrence starts losing a step or two. But right now, I don't know, man. I just think like we haven't seen, maybe after August 3rd, we'll see something in Terrence, or we be like, oh yeah, well, it's time to jump on him now. He don't have it. If we can only base a fighter's performance off their last performance. And that last ass whooping that he put on Earl Spence, I'm not jumping in the ring with him like that. But hey, what do I know, right, Chris? What do I know, right?
Something I know about Terrence, though, man, he's very competitive. So,
yes.
But, I grew up with guys like that.
Yes.
Just like Shakur too. They very competitive, man.
Yeah, they don't like to lose.
Yeah. And that's why it's hard to bet on them, like, to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I go hard for them because, I have friends like that, little guys. but like they had skills. You know what I mean, Sauce?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, man, like I'm good. I tried my hardest to beat you, but you never let me win. So it's like so these guys here, even Keyshawn Davis, but I like him too, but you know.
Yeah, speaking of Keyshawn, I'm glad you brought him up, man. I know he did a live recently mentioning mentioning Frank Martin, right? How do you think him and the Frank Martin fight will play out?
I want it to happen. I want.
Yeah. Do you think they'll make that fight happen? Because to me, and this is no disrespect, man. I think Frank Martin is done. I'm just saying, bro. Like he was a hot air balloon, bro. He was that the Tank Davis fight to me, right? To me, it exposed him, bro. He's like, you see what I said the other last week. I think this time last week on last Monday, when I was like, yo, Abdullah Mason, Dula the jeweler would end him. End him.
Yeah.
End him. And I believe that, man. Like, because this is the guy, right? Going into the Tank Davis fight, from the narrative pushers and the people that were helping him out on YouTube, they pumped him up with so much helium and hot air and had him up here. And then when he got in there with Tank Davis, it was like, bro, you should never even took this fight. You had no business being in the ring with him. But they knew this, Chris. They knew this leading into it. That's why he did not take the Shakur Stevenson fight. Because Shakur Stevenson might have not knocked him out like Tank Davis. But Shakur Stevenson would have beat him up the same way he beat up their common opponent. So they was like, instead of you getting exposed by Shakur, we'll let Tank Davis expose you, and we can still probably run plays for you. But to me, he's done, bro. He's not it, man. He never was it, man. He never was it. He was in there flinching. Like, Tank was faking that. Yo, man, that shit was just bad, man.
I like his defense, man, when he was in the corner, man. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, man, that shit was bad, man. That shit was. That shit was bad, man. I gotta quote my man. I gotta go back to the wire, man. Marlo Stanfield, when he said, man, Barksdale weak right now, man. Yo, Man Down Promotion, Earl Spence, Derrick J, Frank Moore, them niggas weak right now, man. They weak, man. They weak, man. That weak ass performance, man. Yo, right? All these content creators, these fake analysts, insider boxing dudes, they can't even spin that shit, man. Because, and I'm mad at Tank Davis, man. But see how God worked it out? It came back around for me a little over a month later, right? I got my money with Boots this weekend. But, Tank Davis could have took that guy out quick, man. The moment Coach Ellis and Calvin Ford told them, like, yo, dude, you got to turn it up. We need the rest of the rounds. The fight was over. Because Frank Martin was nowhere on his level. Nowhere on his level, man. Frank Martin is a hyped up club fighter beater. He beat a lot of club fighters, man. He beat a handful of club fighters. But see, one day I'm gonna come on here and just go all the way in and break shit down as a matchmaker. Because guys talk this boxing shit and don't know a goddamn thing, right? This guy literally made his career and his name off of beating up club fighters, right? And I knew this when he beat up Michelle Rivera, and that was his big victory. But Michelle Rivera was the guy that looked like he never fought against a lefty a day in his career. Remember, that's the Ali lookalike guy.
Yeah.
That was Frank Martin's significant victory. That was supposed to catapult him. Oh, Frank Martin's a contender, right? You know when I knew Frank Martin sucked, really, respectfully, and I say suck like that's what we say, Team Tucker. That's the Team Tucker term. I'm not disrespecting him by saying he sucks, but when I knew he really sucked, right? When
Yep.
Floyd Schofield Sr., Kid Austin's dad, yo, he said Frank Martin. I like that guy too. He's funny. He said Frank Martin was straight trash. That shit was hilarious. He said Frank Martin was trash. Trash, man. But let's see what's next for him. Listen,
I think that's
Keyshawn Davis, to me right now, Keyshawn Davis beats him, bro. He's not it, man. He's not it, man. And when you get knocked out, how he got knocked the fuck out against Tank, man. Man. That fucking knockout was like, come on, man. He got stretched on his back, man. Like, dog, man. Dog, man. Like, I don't know, man. Let's wait to see what's next with him, man. But go ahead, Chris. You got it.
Keyshawn should fight Kid Austin, though.
Listen. I don't think they'll make that fight because it's like that's Golden Boy and Top Rank. That'll be a good fight though, because the story's there. They have the back and forths. It's there, man. But the industry is the industry, man. The industry is the industry. A lot of times certain fights could get made like this, real easy. But promoters have attitudes, and it's just. But that's a good fight, man. That's a good fight.
I don't think Kid Austin got anything on Keyshawn though.
Listen, he'll go out there with heart. He's a strong dude with heart. But I just think Keyshawn Davis, man, the camp that he's around, he's with Bomac, Saul, Loretta, he'll break him up, man. He'll break him up. But I'm telling you who the sleeper is, man. The sleeper, if he stays at 135, he's going to get them all. Dula the Jeweler. Abdullah Mason. My guy, man. My guy. Listen, I will put Abdullah in there with any of them right now. Right now. And Abdullah will hold his own. Right now.
I agree.
Right now.
Right now.
Yo, Chris, we are killing it right now, man. You know how much we're killing it, right? I got both of the lives going right now, right? The StreamYard, nobody's coming in, right? But I did the live on both of my different phones, right? Them shits, the lives on the phone, the views have been going through the roof. Like these guys are coming in here, they're looking, right? They're watching and they're sick right now, right? Because look, these guys are supposed to be bigger than me. They're supposed to have more support than me. All of these things going on. But right now I'm running laps on them in production, right? I'm running laps on them in the professionalism. I'm just lapping them right now. But these are all the guys that never supported me, never did all these things. But yet, you see my setup. I'm in a professional setup right now. I got a behind the scenes camera going. I got the actual live here going. Yeah, we're running laps on them right now, Chris. And I appreciate you being a part of this. This is history right here.
I appreciate you, Sauce. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
All the motivation you give, man. Like I said, all over the world, you doing that, man. Memphis to California to New York. So trying to go straight across, man.
I appreciate you, though, man.
And I wanted to say one more.
Go ahead.
One thing I just popped in my head. With Boots, right? He always keeps saying Crawford's name, right? but I want to say that Tio. Remember, I think it was last year or so. Remember, we was on here talking, chopping it up, and he was keep saying his name, and he had a fight. You see what Terrence Crawford did, right?
Man, he came in there on demon time. Look, I gotta pull out a fresh note. I gotta pull out a fresh one. All right, you just brought it back. Yes, I recall that. The man was calling Terrence out. It was Tiafimo's fight against my guy. Did you see the drop I got from him at our fight week? Jermaine Ortiz. He gave the drop to my cousin Antonio, to Tone Jackson. He shouted out the company. Tone had on, not this one, the one you got on, the green fatigue hat. And he was like, shout out to the news by Shanewz. But it was that fight card. Yes, Terrence Crawford showed up in the black on black. He had the black hoodie on. And he said, yo, where's Tio at? He was looking for him. And, the rest is history. Tio went on to fight Jermaine Ortiz and looked like shit. And then after calling Terrence Crawford out, he wanted to fight at a catch weight. Come on, man. At a catch weight.
Remember, Sauce?
Yes.
That his daddy said that Terrence was at the hospital waiting on him.
Yeah, man. He didn't want to fight Terrence, man. That shit is cool, man. It's cool. It's cool to say niggas' names.
I'm just saying, Boots should watch out. We keep saying his name, man, because Terrence, boy, he ain't no joke. He gets active. That's what he said. I get active. He ain't all that talking.
Yeah, he gets busy.
Nope.
Yeah. He definitely gets busy, man. He definitely gets busy, man. Well, go ahead, Chris. You got the floor, man. We cooking, man. We cooking.
Yeah, I'm on a great candle, man. Yeah. The sauce experience, man.
Man, I just wanted to, come in and just show the level change, man. That's all. I wanted to show the level change. I wanted to show that I'm still here. I can still come in and record like this when I want to, right? I just wanted to show that, like, these dudes can't really fuck with me, man. They never was on my level, man. That's all. Like, there's levels to talking boxing. There's levels to covering boxing. See, the difference between me and a lot of these guys that do this shit on the internet is I'm not into the bullshit. I don't feel like I need to buy views. I don't feel like I need to do all of the characteristics of being animated and all that bullshit. Like, nah. I feel like the work, the catalog speaks for itself. Now, a lot of you dudes that's on the internet, like I said, when you deal with internet people, with this boxing especially, they have no honor. They're House of Dragon ass niggas. You kill your brother. You kill your brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll be like, Chikares. Y'all both will be on a dragon. You'll be like, Chikares. You tell your dragon to blow fire on them. You know what I'm saying? That's how the internet is, man. Knowing damn well you can't even sit in this seat. But you want to sit in his seat, you want to do what he's doing, but you can't even sit in his seat, let alone do the things that he's doing. You know? But that's why, I stepped it up today for him, Chris. Just to show the difference in levels, right? It is what it is, man. Not only am I a producer, not only, like I said, my hands are tied into so many different things now, and I can show it. Independently, on my own. Smash the like button over here, man. It's 3 of y'all over here just watching, gazing. Smash the like button, man. This is behind the scenes over here, man. Behind the scenes, showing y'all. Listen, you don't need a whole bunch of crash dummies behind you. You don't need, look, me and my man been killing it for an hour and 20 minutes, right? You don't need 5,000 people on a panel talking about a whole bunch of nothing, right? Especially with no substance. Like I said, I went to war today with just one soldier, me and my guy Christopher White. I didn't need 100 nobodies over here respectfully. All I need is one soldier. That's it. My man Christopher White. And I'll tell you what, you put this, we've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. This hour and 20-minute podcast has delivered more inside a box of information than any of your favorites that do hundreds and hundreds of views and have hundreds of guys over there in the chats, in the comments. This live right here, I'll put it up against it. And when the smoke and the dust settles and a lot of stuff that we was talking about matriculates as far as the fights, whether it's a Brian Norman and Teofimo Lopez, remember where you heard it first. Or even if discussions of a Blair Flair and a Boots Ennis fight start matriculating and surfacing around, or you start hearing of a Boots Ennis and Conor Benn, remember where you heard it first. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. So, what's his name? Conor Benn?
Yeah, Conor Benn.
Yeah, man, you know, with the AIDS and everything like that, you know, the last, 2 fights, he haven't looked too good, but when he was on that juice, he was looking great.
Yeah, you know it.
So, how would you say he'll do against Mr. Lopez?
Man. Yo, Teofimo could box, man. The thing with Tio though is, how's he gonna look at 147? We see at 140, respectfully, he can't crack an egg. He can't crack an egg. Now you're talking about going up 7 more pounds, but sometimes that added weight, your power might come back. But at 140, he ain't got it right now, man. That's why, I was talking to somebody behind the scenes. I was like, yo, I know they're trying to make that Brian Norman Jr. fight to get Tio that belt. But I was like, yo, Brian Norman is the natural bigger guy. He's been campaigning at that weight. He needs to just break Tio up. But can he is the question. And will he? You know, we just have to wait and see.
Yeah. I don't know if Conor Benn could beat Tio though.
I don't think Conor Benn can. Tio could box, yo. Gordo, they call him Gordo. Tio could box, man. Tio could box.
I don't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Brian Norman though, man, he do got a little pop himself. Though.
Listen, he got his title. You know, he's gonna get elevated. But that the version that he got, the interim belt, he won a hostile territory and took it in blood. He earned that. Well, now they're gonna do everything in their power to try to get that from him now. And they're confident thinking that Tio could box circles around them. Well, all I'm saying is like, yo, bro, Tio's gonna be coming up to your weight class that you are a conqueror in. Don't just let him take it from you.
Yeah.
Don't just let him take it from you. And you know, you did call him out too. Remember, he called Tio out. He did a couple interviews. Specifically said that man's name.
Okay.
Yo, Chris, we are killing it, man. These guys, right? Yo, we're killing it, right? To the point where, like I said, on my phone, right? Yo, these guys are dipping in and out, Chris. They're dipping in and out because they're mad right now. Yeah, they know a lot of these guys that sit around and secretly don't comment on my stuff no more, but be watching because the views show it, right? The views be showing it now, right? I'll be getting like a lot of hours watched, right? The only thing I don't get is likes and and the other stuff like likes and comments.
Everything.
But the views, I'd be like, damn, right? How am I getting all these views? Yeah, I'll be looking. I go to YouTube Studio, I'll be like, damn, that many watch hours, huh? So you guys are actually really watching my stuff. You just don't want to comment or you don't want to like. Well, you know what they're doing? They're watching and then they're trying to take it back to their little, clicks and audiences, Well, which is like I say, that's why I say, you guys have no honor.
They be trying to steal your stuff, man.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I know. I saw it happen before, but I ain't gonna say the guy's name.
Yo, say the names, Chris. Yo, Chris, you gotta say the names, man. Say the names, man.
I don't want no drama, cause like I told you before, Sauce, man, all that trolling, they be in the chat, man. I'm not the one, man. I'm just like WCS, man.
Yeah, Chris, listen, Chris. If you don't say the names, you gotta say the names. That's why they continue to keep stealing, because they think nobody knows, man.
My imagination, man, I clown pretty good, so I don't want to go there. People start calling me a bully because my imagination is out of this world. So I try to keep peace. You know what I mean? But no, I remember. I'll say the name, but it was kind of weird because I know WCS was on there, and then you talked about it first, and then next thing I know, he was talking about it. It was IBTBA, whatever his name was.
Oh, IOTBA, yes, Mr. IOTBA, yes. A lot of these guys, right? A lot of these guys, since my Jackal